Welcome to Tree's Economy. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic. How did the United States become the world's leading power in the 20th century? And can it maintain that dominance in the 21st century? The power of powers. A nation that not only leads the global economy, but also commands the most powerful military ever assembled. This is the story of the United States. But how did the United States ascend to such unprecedented power? What sets it apart from other countries? And can it continue to be the world's foremost power in the future? Let's explore. To grasp the magnitude of America's power, let's start with some astounding facts. If California were its own country, it would rank as the world's fifth largest economy, outstripping the entire United Kingdom. That's just one state. The US spends more on defense than the next 7 largest spending countries combined. That's over $800 billion each year. In the US, 83% of the population are internet users. That's more than 275 million people connected online. Of the top 10 universities globally, 9 are American. In the top 50, 38 are based in the US. Currently, 9 out of the 10 largest companies by market value are American. The lone non-American is Saudi Aramco. The US leads the Nobel Prize ranking with 385 winners. The next closest is the UK with 132. The dominance is clear. We can then get an idea of the hegemony that the United States currently has in the world. Let's rewind to the origins of this power. Even before the 13 colonies declared independence, they were already vibrant with industry and innovation. Despite occupying land that wasn't especially fertile and lacked obvious treasures like gold, the early Americans thrived on trade. This trading spirit propelled the young US economy to specialize and excel on the global stage. Colonial discontent over taxation without representation fueled a desire for independence, sparking the American Revolutionary War. In just 75 years, the 13 colonies expanded dramatically, displacing Native Americans and buying territories from European powers. In this war, which ended in 1848, the United States took over the current states of Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, and parts of Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, and Oklahoma. By 1850, the United States had accumulated a vast territory rich in resources as enormous amounts of oil, fertile lands, unlimited timber, and a large mining industry. Today, the US leads in producing commodities like coal, uranium, and molybdenum, phosphates, magnesium, silver, gold, platinum, aluminum, and it is one of the main producers of iron, lead, zinc, mercury, and tungsten, among others. The purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1867 for $7.2 million added even more fertile lands, crucial fishing grounds, gold, and massive gas and oil reserves. For all this, the United States, unlike the United Kingdom, has never had to worry too much about having colonies or controlling territories in other parts of the world, with all the costs that this entails. Instead, it has been enough to have simple military bases scattered around the world, where its armed forces can project their military power when necessary. This strategy minimized the burdens of colonial administration while maximizing global reach. Geographically, the United States territory enjoys natural defenses that have historically shielded it from foreign invasions. Unlike European nations, constantly embroiled in border disputes, the US could focus on internal development. This geographical isolation provided a significant strategic advantage. However, abundant resources and a secure position don't guarantee success. Countries like Brazil, Argentina, and India serve as examples of how resources alone aren't guarantee enough. Contrary to its modern image as the champion of free trade, the US initially embraced protectionism, meaning that the government heavily subsidized industries and imposed tariffs on imports to shield domestic businesses from foreign competition. This approach initially stifled innovation or cost optimization, but eventually paved the way for a more entrepreneurial and dynamic economy. Democracy played a crucial role in this transformation. Although early American democracy was imperfect because it excluded African Americans until 1870 and women until 1919, but at least it fostered economic stability and adaptability. Leaders who failed to deliver could be replaced, and policies could be changed to the opposite if they were not performing as expected, creating a resilient economic environment. In this way, the United States began to pivot from a strongly protected economy by the state to a less intervened economy, in which entrepreneurs played a fundamental role, developing the country's different industries, and so creating a culture of entrepreneurship that has reached our days. It was like uncorking a bottle of champagne after shaking it. One example of how the United States motivated its entrepreneurial ecosystem was with the patent law, which guaranteed inventors the benefits of their creations, spurring a culture of innovation and invention. Although it may seem logical, in the 19th century this was not the case, and most countries did not ensure intellectual property, at least not in the way that the United States did. This democratic stability, free from major internal conflicts, set the environment for a strong economy, starkly contrasted with the turmoil in many European nations, which did experience major episodes of social conflict, caused by the power of absolutist monarchies or the arrival of different dictators and leaders to power. We already have three keys to the development of the United States: a territory rich in raw materials with natural defenses, a healthy democratic system which repels political instability, and a very strong entrepreneurial ecosystem. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the US focused on building an extensive infrastructure network with thousands of kilometers of roads, railways, and improved ports, especially those linking to Europe. During this period, the US adhered to the policy of isolationism. It was practically a religion in the United States, and it consisted of having neither friends nor enemies, but simple business partners. And the United States didn't have many moral reservations when it came to whom to do business with. To become the main commercial partner of half the world gave the United States the push it was missing to take control over the world economy. While European powers expanded through colonization, the US concentrated on internal growth and creating high-added value products. This focus led to the development of the world's largest economy and most technologically advanced industries. Waves of European immigrants seeking better lives boosted the labor force. Suddenly, Americans were no longer just richer than average. Now they were also many and propelled towards global dominance, forging one of the greatest empires humanity has ever seen, whose rise was only interrupted by the Great Depression that followed the Black Tuesday. The United States had an army of the size of Poland's 1 year before the start of World War II. President Roosevelt didn't even want to hear about the war, and the industry was focused to provide with military materials to help the Allies, especially the Soviet Union. However, the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor threw the United States to dive fully into the war and to change history forever. Overnight, the United States created a super army, so large that it was capable of challenging the Wehrmacht or the Red Army. It was then that the United States understood the importance of controlling the global military supremacy and planned for its superiority to be so big that it would be able to influence any country and guarantee its territorial integrity. After World War II, the stark division between the US and the Soviet Union brought for the first time an ideological component to the development of the United States. They had to demonstrate that capitalism of Washington was better than the communism of Moscow and Beijing. The dollar had become the global reserve currency and the advantage of the US. Thus, this allows the country to print more money without significant inflation due to its high demand in worldwide markets. During the Cold War, the American goods and services industry thrived. The middle class flourished, and 200 million American homes filled with televisions, washing machines, and cars. The aerospace and defense sectors benefited immensely from the arms and space race, while the appearance of airplanes stimulated the tourism industry. The oil crisis of the 1970s shifted US foreign policy focus from ideological to economic issues by securing energy resources through alliances and military interventions, notably in the Middle East. With the fall of the Soviet Union, the US faced no significant geopolitical rival and continued to strengthen its global influence. Simultaneously, the US developed a world-class university system, founding leading institutions like Harvard, Stanford, MIT, and Berkeley. These centers of knowledge integrated closely with the private sector, driving innovation and fostering a technological revolution. This intellectual environment gave rise to tech giants like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla. Even smaller companies like Nvidia, Dell, Salesforce, Adobe, and PayPal played crucial roles in transforming the world. This extraordinary blend of natural resources, industrial strength, and innovative companies has propelled the United States to its position as a global superpower. But here's the burning question: can the United States sustain its dominance on the world stage in the coming decades? Thank you for watching Tree's Economy. If you found this exploration into America's rise to global dominance insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe the US can continue to lead the world in the future? Stay safe.